Real quick, before we get into the goodness, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you're notified to every time we upload a video. Appreciate you. Now this one, I'm gonna try to make short and sweet. It's the third time I've had to discuss phantom racism. And why this time? Well, because we have two people that perpetuate the victimhood of blackness. The first one is Isaac Hayes III. This ass clown tweeted, so less than 24 hours after the Supreme Court ended affirmative action, 4 black women are either fired or stepped down in the diversity, equality, and inclusion space. When they don't have to include you, they won't. So where do I start with this? First of all, Mr. Hayes, idiot, they struck down the affirmative action in colleges. I say again, they struck down affirmative action in colleges. That's the... See, you are so... These people like him are so quick and so ready to become victims that they don't think before they speak. These were working jobs. They filled fraudulent roles. DEI roles were diversity hires in the first place. Speaking of which, side note, isn't it amazing that affirmative action is set up to hire based on diversity, yet these people that were hired under affirmative action hate being called diversity hires? Lets you know how absolutely asinine and hypocritical all that shit is. And most importantly, out of the 4 people that he's referencing, 2 of them stepped down / were let go of 1 to 2 days before the Supreme Court decision. So your whole theory is shot to shit right there. When they don't have to include you, they won't. It's all about affirmative action. Number 1, it only affects colleges, has nothing to do with these fake ass jobs that they had. Number 2, 2 of the 4 people that you mentioned were gone before the ruling. And if you know anything about Hollywood, it's a copycat ass thing like the NFL. You see, times that got hard in Hollywood. They're looking to cut salaries. And anytime with any business, dumbass Hayes, you start trimming the fat on shit you don't need. DEI heads were unnecessary. It's called an HR department. This was some to make them look good for the ESG community. But that ESG credit score can't compensate for that hard ass profit in real cash that they need. So what happened? Their ass had to go.
Bye, Felicia.
Elon Musk set that example when he took over Twitter. That dude got rid of half the staff when he walked through the door. And Twitter has not slowed down. See, people like you, Mr. Hayes, y'all make it hard, and harder for good, honest, hard-working black folks to not be seen as victims. That we're not walking around trying to claim victimhood and racism on everything. Dumbass shit like that makes good black people look real bad. Number 2 on this list. I don't know what to say about this dude. Stephen A. Smith. Just listen. I'll just listen.
But if we're going to be real about it, let's deal with reality. This ain't the end. More is coming. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I could be next. Let me tell y'all something. Don't ever in your life as a black person take anything for granted. I told you before, when white folks catch a cold, black folks catch pneumonia. You didn't think black folks was going to be on the list too? That's always the case. And the one thing that I can tell you about Stephen A., this ain't 2009. I really didn't see it coming. My eyes are always wide open now. I'm never comfortable. I never take anything for granted, and I never assume that I'm safe. And first takes number one. And been number one for 11 and a half plus years. But never worry. Never fear. My name might come up sometime in the near future for all I know. Others have been bought out. It's not beyond the realms of comprehension that I could be next. But if it happens, let me tell you what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't blame Disney. You shouldn't blame ESPN.
So this dude is trying to say that racism played a part into ESPN losing money hand over fist, and that's why folks are getting laid off?
Nigga, please.
He's talking about how he got his eyes wide open. He don't ever trust.
Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? Okay. I'm about to shit on this bitch right now.
Yo, Stephen A., you did notice that the overwhelming amount of people that were laid off from ESPN, big names included, was overwhelmingly white people, right? You did notice that, Stephen A.? You did peep that, right? Oh, but it's racism. You can't feel comfortable. They have you as the face of the company. Oh, but it's racism. You can't feel comfortable. Racism isn't the reason that you should never feel comfortable. It's the fact that you are working for someone else is the reason you should never feel comfortable. As long as somebody else can say when you can work and when you can't, you should never feel comfortable. So you trying to tell me that if a black person was running ESPN, you'd feel much more secure?
Fuck no!
So stall that man. Go on with that fake ass racism bull. And secondly, let's talk about the real thing that set me off. Don't blame ESPN. Don't blame Disney.
What the hell are you talking about?
Bruh, ESPN has been perpetuating that America is a racist ass trash nation for at least the last 3 years. So, and Disney itself has become so anti-family, the thing that keeps the money in their coffers. They've become so anti-family that people quit with them. But no, don't blame Disney. Don't blame ESPN. Then who the do we blame when y'all ain't making money?
Good question.
Do I blame you, Steven? Are you the reason the ESPN isn't making money? Or are you the reason the Disney stock is going to It's on you then, right? Oh, I didn't think so. So shut the up, man. Oh, and by the way, y'all, his bullshit stat talking about First Take being number one.
That was a lie.
Try again. So, part 3. This is Phantom Racism, part 3. People who claim racism when the answer is normally much more simple and harder for them to swallow. For Mr. Hayes, it's the fact that folks got fired from a imaginary, unnecessary job in the first place. And for Stephen A.,
shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
nothing you said made sense. I'm out. Yo, if you want to hear the rest, make sure you check out our podcast. You can find us on all your favorite podcast platforms. That is iHeart, Pandora, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Plus, if you want to reach us, drop us a line. You can find us at freemindthinkers2022@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about us. Leave a comment below and share the video with as many people as you can. I greatly appreciate that. This is your man, Big Brother Tucker. See you on the other side. And always remember, never be afraid to think differently.